Hi guys, let's get to the point. I don't want to make this video way too long for you guys. So the first step is open Steam and under Home, click on Games and Software and put a check on Tools. Once you put a check on that, go to Search and search for Palworld Dedicated Server. And then you have to download this, okay? So once you download this, right click on it and go to Properties. And this information right here, which I will put on the description on this video, you have to pretty much copy that and paste it right here. This information right here, the only thing that you need to change here is your server name, which is the server name right here. Make sure you put the information inside the parentheses. Your port, I personally just left this alone so that it's easier for me to make that dedicated server. And obviously, if you want to limit how many people do you want on your server. And then other than that, you don't need to touch anything else. The purpose of this is to make your dedicated server public where your friends outside your house can join you. So pretty much it's not just local. And that's why I would highly recommend putting a password on your server just so that the random people cannot join your server. But anyway, once you put this information, go ahead and exit. And then the next step is, again, right click on Palworld Dedicated Server and under Manage, browse local files. And then you'll open this folder. As you can see, it's like blinking at the bottom. It's not going to really pop out, but it is going to blink right here. So you have to click on it to open it. And then this is what you should see once you open that folder. The first thing you want to open is the default Palworld setting. So this is just a sample, by the way. So anything that you do here, it's not going to affect your server. This is actually what you need to copy and paste to another folder. And when you do copy and paste, you have to copy from this bracket all the way at the end. Okay. But what I want you guys to pay attention is the information for your server. So the first thing is your server name. Again, make sure you put it inside the parentheses. Server's description is optional. That's not going to affect your server whatsoever. Admin password is important. This is just an example, okay? And then server password. Remember, I highly recommend that you put a password in your server so randoms cannot join it. And then your public port, which is the same number that you've seen on the properties. Like I said, I did not change this to make this easier. And then the most important information right here is your public IP. Your public IP is what your friends are going to use to find your server because the search option right now on a Palworld, it's not working properly. So even if you search, let's say my server LoftyNerd, it might not pop out. So it's better for you to give them your public IP. But anyway, if you don't know your public IP, the way you can find out is just by opening your web browser and then searching what is my IP. Remember, this is your public IP, okay? And then click on any of these links that pop out and it'll show your public IP. I'm not going to click on it so because you guys will find out my public IP. But once you get your IP, copy it and paste it right here. And then you can put right here region NA. It's not that important as well. It's just a description pretty much. If you want to change anything else on the settings, you can mess around with this. I will create a separate video for anything that you guys have a question on. So I'm not gonna explain anything else here just to make this video very short. So remember now that you have put in all the information that you want on this, I would copy this, okay? If you want, you can just save that too so you don't lose the information. Because remember, whatever you put here, it's not going to affect your server. So remember, from the bracket all the way at the end, copy it. And then once you copy it, you can actually exit this. And then from here, you have to click on PAL. And then saved, configure, Windows Server. and then you have to look for Palword setting. Okay. So this right here is where you're going to paste all the information you just copied. I'm not going to open this one because if I open this one, you guys will see my IP address and all that information, you know. So, but it's pretty straightforward. Once you open this, the same windows where you seen on the sample is going to pop out, and that's where you're going to paste that information, okay? And then you do need to hit click save. Click save on it. And once you click save, you can just exit this whole thing. So you have to, once you exit it, okay, so right now I'm just gonna exit it. Now you have to take care of the port forwarding, which is another separate thing you have to do. And um, it depends on your internet provider. You know, it's different for each internet provider. Personally, I have AT&T. I had to figure out myself how to do port forwarding for AT&T because there's really no specific video on how to do port forwarding for Palworld on AT&T AT&T. So I'm gonna also make a separate video on that. I'm gonna put the description on the link, okay? But let's say that now that you have done your port forwarding, right? Okay. Make sure it's right because if it's not right, your friends are not going to find you. They're not going to be able to join your dedicated server, which I've learned the hard way. So once you done the port forwarding, you're pretty much set and you can turn on the server. And once you turn on the server, all you're really going to see is this black box right here. There's no information right there. You'll just see the little white line blinking. But this tells you that the server is working, okay? And you can just minimize that so you don't accidentally exit that. But once the server is open, you have to provide your friends your IP address. I'm gonna give you guys an example right here. This is an example of the IP address that you need to give your friends so that they can join your dedicated server. So the IP code, remember this is the public IP address because they are not local. If they are local, they can actually use your personal IP address for your computer because the local pretty much have the same IP address. But anyway, right here, you have to give them this public IP and then the port number and then the password. Obviously, you need to give them the password or else they're not going to be able to join. But other than that, for me, I had some trouble. At first, my friends couldn't join my server, but that's because I did port forwarding wrong. And I had to figure out, like I said, I had to figure out how to fix that, how to do that myself. And then once I fixed it, they were able to join without any problem. If you guys have any question, please comment below and I'll try to answer any question you guys have as soon as I can. If this video helped you, please click on like and maybe subscribe for future tutorials about Palworld. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!